No way I would want to do that.
Jake Paul thought he could finally face off against the legendary Mike Tyson, but it turns out he didn't even make it to the ring before getting knocked out metaphorically. Of course, Tyson's desire for a knockout-only rule and random drug tests sent Jake running for the hills. The big question was Jake ever ready for this fight, or was he just looking for a way out? On one side, you have Tyson, a fighter who made his career knocking out opponents. On the other, there's Jake Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer who built his name on pranks and trash talk. This matchup was supposed to be the ultimate clash. Generations old school power versus Jake's new school bravado. When the fight was first revealed, the internet exploded. Everyone had an opinion. Twitter, Reddit, Instagram memes flooded social media. Fans were ready with popcorn, eagerly anticipating the moment when Tyson would possibly demolish Jake. Some folks truly wondered if Jake could handle Tyson's punches, while others waited for Tyson's fist to send Jake into orbit. Jake, fresh off victories against non-box and retired athletes, was riding high. He claimed he was the future of boxing and that Tyson was just a washed-up legend past his prime. Can you imagine the guy who used to be on Disney Channel thought he could take on a man who had knocked out some of the toughest fighters in history? It was almost comical. Jake thought he could just walk into the ring, trash talk Tyson into submission, and emerge victorious. Yet, if Tyson was so washed up, why was Jake so eager to fight him? This wasn't just cockiness.
Hey, I hope y'all keep that same energy when I knock this old man the...
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky.
It was delusion. He mocked Tyson's age, asking how a man with a lifetime of combat sports experience could last in the ring against a part-time YouTuber. In interviews, Jake was all smiles. Sure. Yet Tyson found out he dubbed himself the young lion ready to take down the old god, as if it was some coming-of-age Disney movie. Tyson, however, hit back, calling Jake fat and funky for someone who claimed to be a boxer, as the hype-built Jake's cockiness met a brick wall in the form of Tyson's non-nonsense approach. Tyson laid down two game-changing rules that left Jake scrambling. First, he announced that the fight could only be won by knockout, no technical knockouts or lucky referee stoppages, just pure old-school boxing. The odds of Jake winning under those conditions were about as slim as in quitting YouTube to become a serious boxer. But Tyson wasn't done. He also demanded random drug tests leading up to the fight. No heads up, just surprise tests. This was where things got interesting. Given Jake's history of controversy and whispered allegations of rigged fights, Tyson was making sure Jake stepped into the ring clean and fair. The message was clear: no shortcuts, just two fighters going at it, and the better man wins. Suddenly, Jake went from a loudmouth internet kid mocking Tyson to someone who realized he was way out of his league. Gone was the cocky grin. Instead, we saw a frightened kid who didn't expect Tyson to flip the like that. The media pounced, igniting speculation about Jake's fear of the knockout rule and the drug test. Jake, instead of playing it cool, threw a tantrum that only fueled the fire. Then came the legal drama. When the heat turned up, Jake claimed that the new rules breached the contract. Seriously, that was his defense. Instead of stepping up and facing the challenge, he went straight for the "this is and fair" card, as if he could lawyer his way out of a boxing match. He instigated. Jake painted himself as the victim, claiming that Tyson's knockout-only rule and the random drug tests weren't part of their original agreement. The media had a field day. Headlines were filled with stories about Jake's sudden legal concerns, but nobody bought his excuses. The public could see through his antics, and the consensus was clear: Jake wasn't backing out because of a contract breach. He was scared he wouldn't handle Tyson's terms. No TQs, no shortcuts, just the straight-up fight. And what became a meltdown, the ages, what he made crystal clear. That show puffed out his chest. Social media could save him. Jake Paul's rise and Thiege keep his name in the head. Jake simply couldn't. The boxing world has been nothing short of dead silent, holding there from the rule 2, for example. Let be real. In a TKOW boxer, you really don't know what to. Paul's latest antic, recent win head first into what can only be described as seventh heaven. He could, for he cried, seemed to register, suggested he was gearing up for then an overblown ego. His lack of preparation. Randomists were not designed to be designed to ensure a legitimate Conti entire approach to boxing was heed during an interview with. He didn't get it. Fake Canelo didn't hold back winning fight. It was about relentless dedications, ready to show them the mirror. Brutal honesty. Reality TV. Every part of his meltdown. August 14th, where Sting has seemed completely out of sin. Our journey is marked by sacrifice. This wasn't about rules. Shooting he could weig was F with what a roller defiantly not one to let it slide, and even concerned with his social media prez off more than he could. Seemed like ant memory. Jake entire method to boxing session with the camera's transition from YouTube antics to boxing.